Welcome back to Alma, Missouri on Farm Simulator 25, and I'm Brooke. So y'all, I have a lot of explaining to do, and I'm going to be telling you what happened to me. So, that being said, the truth be told, I've been not back on Farm Simulator 25 since the last time we played at all. And that is the truth. Something happened that was very traumatic, and I have not found myself wanting to get back on here, and I am so scared out of my mind that it's just really hard. Today is the first day that I've actually got on here without crying. So that being said, we are going to get on our horse, and we are going to see what we can do today as I chat about what happened. Come on, Temper. Come on. Come on. Let's see if we can jump over this. If we can't, I don't know. Oh, we made it. Okay, so before I start to tell you about what happened, I'm going to go over to see what we can do today. Our chickens are fine, I think. I think we need to go behind the horse barn. So I think we have some bailing to do, and then I'll tell you about what happened. So, it's really hard. It's really hard. Okay, so, Temper, I think that I'm going to try to set you over here. Wow. Alright. We do need to get these crops done before, don't paw on the ground, before the season ends, but that being said, we have some baling to do. Now, where did my baler go? There's my combine. I need to find where my baler is. Farmer Bernie, where are you? So, to begin this session, or this I guess you would say coffee chat with Brooke, we are gonna have to go to the beginning to something traumatic that happened as a kid. I'm gonna just kind of scroll through here. Okay, so where is my baler? Okay, so where is my baler? Trying to figure out where my baler is. Are you baler? Okay. There's my baler, but where's my tractor? Okay, wait, I guess we can drag this tractor. So, when I was about maybe 14, I remember it seemed like I was 14 years old. And my family and I, we went on a vacation to Kentucky. And by Lexington, which is where the horses are. I love horses, and we went to one little horse farm down there that had mini horses. That was one thing, because my parents always let us choose one thing we could go to do on our vacation for each of us kids, and I have a lot of sisters and brothers, so that really helped it out. That really helped out the fact that, you know, my parents went out of their way and actually thought about all of us kids. So I'm gonna start here. Lower that. I think that's gonna be coming silage, but that's okay. We have cows to feed and stuff like that. So we're just gonna go along and do this, and then I'm gonna chat more. So my pick for that was this little horse farm in Kentucky, and we were camping at this cute little I guess you would say campground, a family campground. It was nice. They had a little petting zoo. Oh, is it doing? Oh yeah, it is doing. I was like, what am I doing? Had this little petting zoo, and it had a little horse area so you can pet the horses and feed them stuff, and I think carrots. Girly, lay down. That's my dog. Lay down. Yeah, every time I get on here, my dog is always... I think I need to... Oops. I think I need to turn on the automatic baler. So, this campground, like I said, had a petting zoo, and it had a big play area, and I think it had like this jumpy, bouncy house of some sort back in the day. I don't even know what you would call it, but it was so cool. And I really, 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 really enjoyed it going on it, because I think it was like $1 a day. So back in the day, that was a lot of money. So, and sorry about my dog. She just does this all the time when I'm playing video games. This is just something she does for some reason, and I don't know why. If it's just because of her age, just because she's like 12. Anyways, so my dad went up to the office because he was gonna buy some passes to go to I think it was, let's see if I remember, to a museum for us. And they had the passes, you could buy them up at the office. So anyways, so he went up there to buy the passes, and he came back and he says, oh, the office guy said that there's going to be bad weather coming, so we might want to go camp out at a motel because it's supposed to be really bad weather. And Dad said to Mom, I don't think it's going to be that bad. We can stay in the camper, because that's what the guy told him. It was going to be really bad weather, and it's actually better if we just go to a motel, because the winds were going to be really high, and with being in a tent, in a tent camper, it's not so good of an idea to have a tent camper and winds being high. So anyways, my dad chose to actually stay in the tent camper, and against my mom's wishes, because Mom said we could just have a hotel room for the night, and he refused. So, girly, lay down. No. Sorry, y'all. She's been such a pain the past 2 days. For me, anyways. So, we woke up around 2 o'clock, and the wind was so strong that I thought our tent camper was going to fly in the air. My dad and Mom had this tiny little radio they turned on. Well, apparently, there was a tornado approximately a mile from where we were camped. And I was crying, and we're all crying. We're like, God, please help us. God, please help us. Please don't let us die in here. And my sister was only a little baby, so she was like a few weeks old. And, my dad chose to do what he wanted to do instead of thinking of the family. And knowing that still bothers me to this day, that my dad's a nice guy, but my dad sometimes chooses not always good choices for the family. And so, we just pray to God. We stayed under the blankets as this storm blew through. And as the storm was blowing through, I just hugged my blankie and just said, God, please, I'm just asking you, God, help us. And so the next morning we woke up and we looked out of the camper, and across the way, not even a few hundred feet, there was trees down everywhere. But here we were, in the middle of the campground, with our camper sitting there, not touched. Like, how in the world did this happen? There was a few other people that stayed there, but we're saved by the grace of God. So that brings me back to today, to this present day, when something very scary happened to my family, that I will forever be changed, and I will never forget. So my kids had half day at school, and they had the rest of the week off, and so they begged me to go camping, and it was a beautiful Thursday. It was a gorgeous Thursday, and we decided to go camping at this local campground not too far from the house. And we put up the tent and everything, we got everything, in order. And for some reason, as we're out there, the winds were just picking up, man. Everything was like flying. I looked over and cups and stuff were flying from the people next door's table. I'm like, what the heck? And then I'm like, well, something's going on here. I've never saw winds this high and that fast. So I turned on my phone. I had my phone off, of course. And I turned on my weather app. And my weather app was saying, beep, 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 warning. A tornado was like not even 2 miles away. And I picked up my kids, ran as fast as we could, and apparently as soon as we left, that small tornado hit that park. And then we went all the way home, and another tornado was on its way, a funnel, on its way about a mile from my home, coming across. And the winds, hail winds, were just coming, weren't stop, y'all. And I remember back to that day when my dad made a wrong decision and almost risked our lives, my kids and our lives, and brought me back to, wow, next time I go camping, we are going to be looking at the weather days before. And the wind was whipping, and from my weather app, it said the wind was like almost 89 miles an hour. And I was crying because nothing was going on. I just kept breathing and breathing. It was so hard, y'all. Hail, wind. I went out to take the trash because I thought it was over. Oh, heck no. The tree in the front of my property was bending down to the ground. Hail was coming. The wind I thought was going to blow me away. I went inside and just prayed that one prayer. Please, God, save my family. And you know what? God spared us. But that was very traumatic, y'all. And as the wind was dying down, I knew I had some damage. I just knew I had some damage to my property. And, I woke up the next morning, and sure enough, it had taken off. Oh my gosh, I have roof damage on the top of my roof. So I had to call insurance, and it's probably going to cost so much to get that done. But I'm so thankful that we were saved. But it was very traumatic for me. I definitely couldn't get back on YouTube. I definitely haven't watched a video from then. I definitely have just been struggling with mental health for the past few days. For the fact because it was so traumatic, y'all, that, I have 2 kids that are kids. And they're young. And for them to be in this storm that could have taken their life was like putting my kids in danger. It was very traumatic for me. Oh. And that being said, coming on here and doing this video has been a real struggle, y'all. but I just wanted to tell you that I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm just having to deal with a hard time. And I'm going to be starting out my videos tomorrow. But I just needed this time to think about, what happened and decompressing it, because it's very scary, y'all. And so, what I've been doing? I got out our Game Boy, and I've been playing some of the Game Boy games and reliving the nostalgic of the old times. Because it's so hard. Thinking that I put my kids in danger. Twice. One at the park, one at my house. So, that being said, I'm Brooke on Farm Simulator 25 in Alma, Missouri. We did a little bit of wrapping for some silage for the cows. We're going to go put the horse back in his pasture, and we will call it a day. And tomorrow we will start fresh. Tomorrow will be a new day. Right, Temper? Yeah, okay, we need to put you back in. Tomorrow will be a different day, a new beginning. Alright, okay, why? And a fresh start, okay. There you go. And you put this guy back out, because he's still sitting right by the door. Okay, we need to do some cleaning of these horses. And behind the scene, I will do some more baling over there. So my goal for this farm, y'all, is going to be working on this farm until the 1st of June, and then we'll be moving on to another farm. Maybe. maybe not. There's so many new farms coming out and so many new mods that I haven't even gone over. Some interesting mods and that I need to explain, and I will be seeing you. Look it, we only have 2 horses. Oh my gosh, there is some glitch here. Why are they standing right here? Why? Until next time, here's my 2 horses. It's free to like, free to subscribe, and free to join family. I would love to have you join. And I'm Brooke.